Alright, so we're going to go ahead and run through the code. So we have the driver class. The driver class is what makes everything run. We run the driver class and it goes and iterates through the simulation and it does everything. The simulation class is just like drawing all the labels and the box, and basically this is just the GUI, the GUI. So the main bulk of the code, and what happens is here in the class node. The class node is each individual node and all of its properties. So you have the node, you can update their state. It has idle, transmitting, and waiting. So it goes through each one, and then every time it's something, it checks to see if the channel is clear. And then if it is clear, it goes to transmitting. If it's not clear, it goes to the waiting state. And once it's in the waiting state, it gets a back off timer. And the back off timer is a randomly generated number that goes ahead, and what it does is it gives it a random time for the node to have to wait before it can check to see whether the channel is clear again. And then once it checks, if it is not clear again, it gets another timer, and it keeps getting this timer until it is clear. And then after a certain amount of times, it just stops trying to send a message because obviously it'll never be clear. Then we have the channel class, and this is the channel itself. And the channel has a way to check to see if it is cleared, what node is using the channel right now, and then for you to be able to advance time and iterate through and allow to do the bulk of the code. So we're going to go ahead and run the simulation here. We're going to hit run, and it's scalable. So we're going to start off with the number of nodes 2. So that's going to open up. We're going to have to pull it up into the video here in a second. Just give me 1 second. Here we go. Oh, that's not it. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and hit start on this simulation. So go ahead and hit start. Let me make this bigger for the video. Oh, I moved it. So here we have on the left side, that is the channel, the server you're trying to get to, and then on the right side you have the 2 nodes. So right now they're both idle. So the channel was clear. So node number 2 started transmitting. So we're going to keep passing time. As you can see, it changed to waiting to send. That's because it wants to send something. It checked that the channel was not clear, so it went to the waiting to send state. So now that one has a random timer while it's transmitting. So now they're both waiting to send because we'll see. Okay, so they're both waiting to send. Let's see if they collide with each other. And there we go. So the timer for node 1 has been finished, and now it is transmitting. And then we're going to keep stepping the time until it's done transmitting. And as you can see, when there's less nodes, oh, there we go. I took it away. But what happened there is the channel was clear for that split of a second, and they both tried to transmit at the same time. Since it was clear, they were both able to. They collided. They both stopped. So now the channel is clear, and they both have a different timer. So we'll see which one has the lower timer. Node 1 had the lower timer. So that's exactly how that works. And like I said, it is scalable. So we're going to go ahead and run it again. Let me fix the video. So we're going to hit and run it again. We're going to hit run. And this time we're going to run it with 10 nodes. As you can see, it'll be able to, you'll see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and add the new simulation to the video. Just 1 second. And here we go. Alright, perfect. So we're going to hit start, resize this window. And as you can see, now there are 10 nodes. So now it is more likely that the nodes will collide with each other because the channel will be clear, and more than one, a lot more than just the 2 nodes would want to send, and they're probably most likely a higher chance for there to be a collision. As you can see, straight off the bat, there's a collision because it was empty, and now they both went for it. So now we're going to have to step the timer. See, one of those stopped, and now there's another collision. You can see when there's a lot, it changes, so there's going to be another collision right there. The more nodes you have, and you're using this method, the more collisions you're likely to have, and it makes everything just be more complicated. So now everything is on a waiting to send, and now those 2, as you can see, the channel is complete, or the channel is clear, and then the nodes try to send. So the more nodes you have, the bigger scale, the worse this solution gets. There we go. That one finally was able to transmit by itself, and that's just how that works. So now once that one is done transmitting, the channel will be clear, and let's see.